There's the Adventure Mobile, Anderson, the CRV. Troy diligently working on our vlog.
Hi guys, behind me is Mesa Verde in western Colorado, and that's a long way from Maine, which means this is a very overdue travel vlog. What we've learned so far is that traveling and working from the CRV is nearly impossible. We didn't say how often we would update our travel vlog, but it's obviously not been as frequent as we had hoped. So I'll tell you about how we got here. So we started out our first day in Maine, and we got kind of a bumpy start because we left twice and forgot some things. So we started out driving through Maine, through New Hampshire, which we were pretty familiar with, and then we went to Vermont, which was a first for us, and it was great, and we would love to spend more time in Vermont. We've always wanted to spend time in Vermont, but haven't really made it out there. So it was good to finally get to see that state, and it was very beautiful. We went through the Green Mountains, and we passed from Vermont into upstate New York, which was amazing. Upstate New York was I think underrated. It's an amazing place, and we enjoyed driving through the farmlands there, and we stayed the first night in a Walmart parking lot, which has been our plan the whole time, to take advantage of the free overnight parking. Walmart actually encourages this, and with our setup with the CRV, it was quite easy to get set up. So that night we were looking at the map and saw what lay ahead, and it turned out we were very close to Buffalo, New York, and Buffalo is right near Niagara Falls. We were on our way to Indiana, so we thought we could wake up extra early, which we did, very early, and made it to Niagara Falls, which was a great detour. It was the first thing that we had done on our trip that we didn't plan, and it was a lot of fun. It was a very beautiful place, and we couldn't cross over the border. We can only see it from the United States side, but it looked amazing. Our plan is to come back there with passports and see it from the Canadian side of the border, because we hear it's even better from that side. After Niagara Falls, we hit the road again and went down to Indiana. We made it there by dinner time and met up with Lizzie's Aunt Joyce, where we went to dinner at Jeffersonville, Indiana. And Jeffersonville, Indiana is right across the river from Louisville, Kentucky. So we ate dinner at this nice restaurant, and then we walked across the bridge to Kentucky on foot. It was an old train bridge. I think it's called the Big Four Bridge. We don't have signal here, I can't look that up, but I think I remember it being called the Big Four Bridge, and it was very nice. They actually played classical music as you walked across, and you got to see the city all lit up at night, and the other bridge for automobiles is also lit up. It was great. It was a wonderful experience. Right before we got to Indiana, we noticed that our brakes were squealing a lot. They were making a lot of noise, and they started to smell like burnt rubber or something. So we pulled over and saw that they were the rotors were completely scored. It looked very different than the other rotors on the car, so it was just the back passenger brake was totally locked up, the caliper locked up, so we had to bring it to a repair place. After the car was ready and back on the road, we were sad to say goodbye to everybody, but we really did have to continue our journey. So we hit the road again and traveled several states, found ourselves in Missouri that night, and we ate at a Waffle House, which may not seem spectacular to all of our viewers, but we grew up in the South and we really miss Waffle House. Even though we love the wonderful diners in Maine, there isn't Waffle House. So we enjoyed a nice traditional Waffle House meal in Missouri, and from there we stayed at another Walmart, and we had a perfectly nice time. Most Walmarts do allow overnight parking, but some do not, and we can find those online ahead of time. If you have any questions, you could always call the store, but we were able to verify before we got to these locations that they definitely did allow overnight parking, so it was no problem for us. I'm going to leave this here and do the next part to this story in the next vlog, so stay tuned for everything that happened from there to here in Mesa Verde. It's kind of a lot of miles, so there's a lot that happened. Stay tuned.